Welcome to the Robbie V show. It's Wednesday, July 31st. The Olympics are in full swing. Patriots minicamp. There's a lot going on in the Miniverse right now, and of course, my presidential campaign. But that'll take a little bit. It's going to take a little bit of a backseat tonight. Let's talk about what everyone's talking about, and that would be Coleman. Coleman announced he was leaving on Monday. Well, he announced before that, but he actually left on Monday. Final show and whatnot. I'll say this for Coleman. I know he's going to take a lot of heat for going back to Jersey and, maybe that misses home and, he's 24 and whatnot. But I will say this, if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. And he's the only one who has to understand that. And I know I was a little hard on him with the whole, he should have, with Justin and whatnot, he should have went into the park. I still believe that, but I will say this for Coleman. He was great with the drops, and he was good to me. And that's all I effing, Guy always talks about the show when a lot of people didn't. He had me in. Him and Justin were great when I went in. And I don't think the legacy of Jack Coleman's a bad thing. He had his run, made some mistakes. Hopefully he'll learn a lot. I don't know. No one's fucking perfect. Kid's 24 years old, and we're acting like, man, we did it all right. All of us took a couple fucking diggers in the road of life, I'm not saying you lay off Coleman completely. Some of the criticism he deserves. But I think he's going to be fine. If he wants to go to Jersey, hey, all good. If you're in, I don't know where the hell the kid lives in Jersey, and I don't even know when the hell the next time I'm going to be in Jersey, but saying goes, Jack Coleman sat next to me next to a bar, I fucking buy it. I'm buying him a beer. And, it's a good ride with him. So what's next? As the old saying goes, who is Robbie V want in the clubhouse? Next producer. I don't, look, John lives too far away to do it. We all know that. It's that simple. You can't commute from fucking Scranton to Boston. If you did, it would be a fucking Olympic feat. But, you can't. So it is what it is. Mick is already starting his beef with, what's it called? So, starting some barbs with Justin. Kirk has made him obviously the leader in the clubhouse. I have no problem with Mick. I will say that drive is pretty hellacious. Having done the Boston to Waltham drive in senior year of high school myself, I can't even imagine doing the Falmouth to Watertown. And if he can do it, he's a better man than me. But I think with the rain, excuse me, and other stuff like that, definitely be a challenge. I am interested to see if we could get a steak off in the studio. The steak cooking off contest. We're already throwing barbs about hot dogs and steak and whatnot. And I'll tell you, if you are going to buy steak, buy it from Privetti's, please. It's literally down the street from me. Well, I'll just dox myself. Fuck that. Who cares? Anyway, I had a great sub there on Monday after my cousin's wedding. Had a nice hangover from that wedding. Didn't follow the Robbie V rules of always have a bag of pizza goldfish after the wedding. Handy and some water. Instead, I just passed out, so that wasn't too swift. But, Mick's obviously the leader in the clubhouse. If Tommy Quinlan wanted to, people are throwing his name around. I think it's an exciting time to be a KMS fan right now. I'm interested to see what happens. Today's show with Mutton, what's his name? I can't fucking. It's not Pat. Is it Pat Ford? Fuck. I don't even remember. Oh, yeah, Pat Ford. What, dude, dope of the day goes to me. I need to get my name straight. Yeah, Pat, they did a great job today. It was MVP performance by Mutt and Pat. Justin did great on the drops. He did well. It's a great show. And shout out for, MVP for Pat Ford talking about what he was going through today on the show. Hey, look, mental health is it doesn't get talked about enough. And the fact that he had the stones and the balls to fucking come forward and say what he was going through, you know, definitely worth an MVP award. And wish him nothing but the best. Hope he gets through it. You know, anxiety is no fucking joke. Unfortunately, know that firsthand, among some other things. But it's only a fucking 15-minute show, so we're not going to get in the whole life of Robbie V. But, let's talk about the Patriots. You know, if you so look, they're a fucking dumpster fire. Like if you like, look, Matthew Judon should get paid. All right, I'm gonna say this again. Open up the fucking check. Open up the craft, wallet. Open it up. Because he should get paid. All right, guys made 4 out of 5 Pro Bowls. The defense is going to take a huge hit. The defense is the best part of their team. I mean, if we don't get Judon and the other guy whose name escapes from the nose tackle on the field, then yeah, it's going to be a dumpster fire every year. You know, you already got May, who's not doing too hot already. Which he had to pick 6 in the practice the other day. I don't know. To Duggar, I mean, look, if you want to really if you really want to check a checkmark list of what the Patriots need to do, they need to get freaking Judon in the fold. Pay him don't pay him whatever he wants, but he doesn't deserve to be making the 75th in his position. I mean, that's a joke. All right, so let's quit that shit. I think his name's Robosh or whatever, the nose tackle. Pay him too. All right, because we got no other talent on the fucking team. If you really want to get after it. And for God's sakes, give up the number 1 for Ayuk. Give someone a weapon on this team, because our current receiver corp is not going to cut it. It's just not. And I know, they went all pound heavy today, ground and pound. But I got news for you. If no one respects your passing game, then they're going to line up about 9 people in the box. And then what the fuck are you going to do? At least Ayuk can at least draw somebody. A double team, free up some receivers, do something. Get Thornton, get other people, Douglas, get those guys involved. And get the cornerbacks off them. I'm not sitting here going to say, Ayuk's going to solve all of our offensive problems. But God damn it, at least fucking try. Do something. Don't just sit back and be like, oh, we're going to go 2-14. Have some stones. Jesus. And, the other thing, too, is did we really think that Judon was going to play on his current contract? I mean, he's the 75th paid person in the league. I realize it's probably a lot more than probably all of us make, with the exception of Kirk. But I don't think that just pay the fucking guy. Or else this season's going to be a fucking joke and a disaster. And yeah, you'll still have your number 1 pick, but, no one's going to want to play here. I mean, and I saw, Judon walk off the field and after talking to Mayo and talking to, what's his name? The kid Wolf and Matt Groh. By the way, interesting point. Matt Groh used to live in my town where I grew up, Hingham. He's a good dude. So, I guess the Robbie V stamp of approval, for whatever that's worth. But I just, look, pitchers need to get their shit together. And it's sad that we're saying this literally in the first week of the, training camp, but just get some fucking shit done. If people are unhappy with money, fine. Just figure it out. I mean, no one wants to see this team go, 0-4 to start. And that's the other thing is, let's not act like this season's schedule's, chop is easy as hell. I mean, it's not. Who the fuck are they playing? Fucking man. I should have had this up. I mean, this is just, this is lack of, show prep again. I mean, oh my God. Patriots. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I mean, they started with the Bengals, and that's probably a loss. Seattle's probably a toss-up. The Jets, that could be a loss. I mean, and the Niners, and then they play the Dolphins at home. I mean, you could be talking 2-3 or 1-4. And then the Texans, I know they're coming here, but they're no fucking slouch. I mean, what are you going to do? Patriots need to decide. Like, do you just want to get curb stomped every week, or do you actually want to try to compete and actually grow the team? Because it's not gonna help the team and get fucking drilled every week. Like, I'm sorry, and make the choice. Either trade Judon for what you can get for him now, and if you don't want to give up your first round pick for Ayuk, then go do it. Fine, but I mean, don't expect Foxborough to be like bumping and rocking. I mean, that's just me. BC football today came out with the ACC. They had a poll today. They had 14th. They were the 14th ranked team in the conference, which I'll tell you, this pisses me off a lot. Look, I realize they have a hard schedule. Like, I get that. It's let me bring it up. Another awesome show prep by Robbie V. But we'll get there. All right. Yeah, I mean, starting out with Florida State isn't the best. That's probably a loss. But I mean, they'll beat Duquesne. Missouri is a toss-up. Michigan State's a toss-up. Well, they should beat Michigan State. I mean, they were a fucking dumpster fire last year. Western Kentucky they'll beat. They're at home. Virginia, go fuck yourselves. They'll beat them, hopefully. Virginia Tech, I mean, whatever. Louisville, I mean, that's no cakewalk. The Qs, they'll beat them. Sorry, Post. I mean, SMU is actually going to be up for that game because, they lost at Fenway at the whatever bowl it was. I don't even remember. And, they'll probably beat Pitt. Maybe not. I don't know if they'll beat North Carolina. But they're good for, probably 5 or 6 wins and hopefully 7. Get to 7 and 5. Like, they got good wide receivers. Castellanos is a great quarterback. They got Bond. They got some good running backs. Dottrell Jones is ready to, explode. Don't sleep on the Eagles, honestly. Like, don't fucking sleep on them. It's just, ACC media bullshit, honestly. Having a better coach is going to help out a lot of those players. Look, they got Rooks and Horsley and Quan Williams on the defensive line. They got Hala. They got Ryan Turner, who was a 4-star recruit, as a cornerback. They got some good pieces on defense. And maybe, Lewis, the defense coordinator, can get it together. I mean, look, they're going to surprise some people. Am I going to put, my fucking life savings on them against Florida State? Absolutely fucking not. But, hey, they're not ranked 14th. I'll tell you right now. And those ACC riders can kiss my ass. They're going to be a lot better than people think. And if you don't like it, well, hey, you know what? Hit the fucking end of the show or whatever. Because, yeah, I'm fired up tonight. I guess, who do you think for – so, I'm in the Sox. Hey, finally they went out and got some pieces. Getting some bullpen help, and whatnot. So, shout out John Henry. I mean, I've been cursing his name like a mofo up here. I'm glad that they got some pieces together. Hopefully they can just, do what they got to do and, make the ball card, make October fun again. Exactly. Make October great again. I don't know. I mean, so obviously I'm excited for football. Fantasy football it's gonna be electric this year. I'm excited. Hopefully this fucking cough will go away. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I think if anything, I think the Chiefs are going to have it. Obviously, the Chiefs are the favorite for the NFL, but they played so many games. It's like, how many times are they going to really, I don't know, how many times can you win? But, I mean, people said the same thing about the Patriots, so it's not really, what are you going to do? What was it? So if people were talking about, absolutely. If you want an MVP today, Sidney Chestnut, shout out that family. They finally got justice today, honestly. Chestnut got sentenced to 2 life sentences for Chestnut's murder and that poor senior citizen who was out on the porch. And I can't tell you enough how happy I am about that. I never want to hear that guy's name again, honestly. I hope I don't know, whatever. Sidney Chestnut, shout out. You finally can know that guy's not going to see the light of day. Mutton Pat Ford MVPs, obviously. More of the month. I mean, today's the last day, so we'll cover that next week. Talking about the Olympics, NBC dope of the day. Their coverage has been fucking abominable. Like, show some actual events and whatnot. I mean, the stories are great. Look, I think people really like them, but the amount of commercials, the stories, and you don't see that much of the events. It's just really like, it's not the best. I mean, I don't know what the hell Snoop Dogg is doing there, but I mean, NBC be better. And shout out Flavor Flav, by the way. I mean, might as well give him an MVP award. I mean, for for sponsoring the water polo team. I had no idea that some of those water polo people, or men and women, were working 3 jobs. So, shout out Flavor Flav, donating his money. I mean, look, say what you want about him. I know many people probably do, but at least he's doing the right thing, and that's worth an MVP. That's worth an MVP award. The guy gave us great VH1 reality television, and now he's supporting water polo. What a fucking renaissance man! I mean, honestly, Flavor Flav. Maybe he'll be my running mate in 2024 campaign. Yeah, and let's talk about the Robbie V 2024 campaign. I mean, I stand for the people, and the fact of the matter is that, my campaign is going strong. I was threatened, on Monday morning. Unfortunately, at the hotel I was at for the wedding, someone pounded on my door, and they left a fish outside my room, and it said Robbie V is going to sleep with the fishes if he continues this campaign. I don't freaking respond to any tomfoolery or bullshit like that. The campaign continues, and it won't be freaking, it won't be, take any days off just because some wonk doesn't understand that Robbie V is a force that you can't contain. The campaign's going fine. I was up in Groton, Mass. I had a rally before my cousin's wedding. There was a lot of attendees. We had a jovial time, had some merry drink. I mean, fuck the freaking rumor that supposedly Robbie V stiffed the restaurant. That's bullshit. I have the receipts. I can't sit here and let that fucking tomfoolery happen. I was also out in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, at another rally. In Wisconsin, at another rally where it was, unfortunately there was thousands of people there, but the media, I'm getting blacklisted. You can't listen. I mean, do I have any pictures of this? No. I mean, it's not my job. I'm not for president. I got better things to do. Take pictures of my own rallies. The fact of the matter is that the wrong tax is going to pay off, the national debt, and I can't let these jabronis and absolute buffoons, try to take out my campaign with dead fish. I had a great stay at the hotel, the Courtyard in Groton. It's a great place. Although, dope of the day goes to them. Their hotel bar was only open from 5 to 10, which was just a fucking disgrace. I mean, if I wanted a cocktail after the wedding, I should have been able to have one. I mean, it's just it's bullshit. And Courtyard in Groton, you need to be fucking better. All right. The show's gone on long enough. So this is Robbie V. In 2024 campaign. We got to make America MVPs again. And we'll be back next week for another great episode. Have a good day. Or night. Whatever the fuck it is.